This recipe for roasted beets in the oven is so easy. My toddler actually helped me prep it. I'm going to take you in the kitchen and show you start to finish how to roast beets in the oven so they turn out perfectly tender and full of that delicious olive oil. And these are actually served with some goat cheese and some pumpkin seeds at the end. So I'm going to show you how to do it. Let's get in the kitchen. So all you do is add diced beets, about 4 cups, some olive oil, and sea salt to a large bowl. Mix it all together until the ingredients are integrated, and then add beets to a sheet pan lined with parchment paper on a flat layer.
I'll stir with you. We want to get them all wet. See the oil on the bottom? We want to move them around and get them all wet.
I recommend using about 2 tablespoons olive oil, but you could use less if you wanted.
There we go. All right. I think they look good. Stay right here. I'm going to bring something else. Ready? We got to pour all of them on here. You want here, Gio? Can you push these out? Push this one on here. Good job. That's right. And now flatten them out with the spatula. Push them around. Flatten them out. Give them a little space. Move them around. Push them to all over the white thing. We're all done anyway. Good job. High five.
All right, so when it's time to roast beets in the oven, you put them in the 400-degree oven and you bake beets for 15 minutes, and then you want to take them out and flip them around with a spatula and bake for another 5 to 10 minutes, or for as long as you need for the beets to get kind of like caramelized on the outside. They start browning, they look really beautiful, but you'll be able to know when you use a fork, and the fork really easily pierces through the beets. In total, this recipe for roasted beets in the oven takes about maybe 25 minutes to 30 minutes most of the time when I make it. It's really important not to overcrowd the pan, and these are served best either room temperature, chilled, or warm. So I guess I shouldn't even say that they're roasted beets are served best anyway, because you could eat them anyway. But you're gonna see how I plated these up with some really tasty goat cheese, which is such a classic pairing for roasted beets, along with some parsley and some roasted pumpkin seeds. So I just added these beets to a plate, and this is enough for about my husband and I. So this recipe on sipbitego serves about 2 people. I think like beets are something you can eat about a cup of, but no one's gonna sit down and chow down on like 5 cups of beets. They're really good for you. But anyway, so my recipe has enough oil that you can serve it like that as a salad, and really the beets absorb a lot of that olive oil, and it just helps tenderize them. So I love really olive oily beets, and I use this really tasty chevu. I really have no idea how to pronounce this cheese, but it's goat cheese, and instead of being crumbles, which you could totally use in this recipe, they actually have these really interesting rectangle shapes. And they're kind of more of a creamy goat cheese for this beet salad I'm making. So you could always put arugula under your roasted beets, or any other type of lettuce you'd like, but arugula is really good with roasted beets. You could also use things like orange slices or any sort of citrus. And I'm using, like I said, roasted pumpkin seeds here, and this is parsley. But you could use sesame seeds or pine nuts or any other crunchy nut that you would like. So many things taste good on this, especially like toasted up pecans or caramel coated pecans, like sugar coated, would be really delicious. So anyways, check out the full recipe for this at sipbitego. And until next time, I hope you have a wonderful and delicious day. Cheers! Doesn't that look so good? We nommed this in like 5 minutes. You could really just dice up all the parsley and everything, but instead of just dicing up the parsley, I know I always talk after these videos are done. It's like I should get on, but but you could just dice up the parsley, or I think it's really fun to just put like large chunks of parsley on. For some reason, I'm into that lately. So these are just some, I didn't make these pumpkin seeds. Sorry, you guys, I forgot that I didn't even show you this yet. So I didn't even make these pumpkin seeds. I just bought them roasted. So they were a little bit salty. And one thing I should have mentioned that I put on this, I'm like multitasking today, is pepper. I put fresh cracked pepper on the salad as well. So the goat cheese, fresh cracked pepper, roasted beets, pumpkin seeds, and parsley. Again, you'll get all the recipe details at sipbitego. Okay, for real this time, I hope that you have a wonderful and delicious day. Cheers. Yum.
Yeah, just give me 1 minute. Sorry.